read my tarot cards.
She focused mostly on finance.
Mainly with relationship advice and professional financial advice.
I spoke with a woman, her name was Roxy. She seemed very nice, very open to anything that I wanted to ask.
I've always been interested in psychic readings. I've done a few things at parties, but I never really believed in it.
I was obviously a little skeptical about it. I figured she was going to be very vague and use generalities.
I'm pretty skeptical, I guess, going in.
I wasn't sure exactly how spot on they would be.
The answers were a little more direct, I guess, than I expected.
She said that I could ask anything that I wanted to. I could do very specific questions or more general.
I always figured that people would tell you what you want to hear, but I gave her very little information, and she told me things that I didn't tell her anything about. It was very accurate.
An 8 or a 9.
Very accurate. She touched on a couple things that I was actually very surprised about, and that goes for not only me, but also the person I was in a relationship with.
She knew what industry I worked in, she knew my personality, and this was just from saying hello to her for 2 seconds.
She's actually almost a little eerily specific.
Probably what she told me to do in the future in order to reach my goals, which was great.
The directness was the one thing that really stood out.
The most insightful part was what she said that I'd be doing long term. It's not necessarily, you're going to meet someone tomorrow. It's, that she knew where I worked and what sort of goals I had.
The use of tarot cards over the phone.
It just really surprised me that she knew that I was in marketing and that I mentioned that I have a lot of creative projects, and she said that my small business would be what I'd be eventually doing when I'm in my 40s and 50s, and I just mentioned that I had some fun projects, and she knew that that's what my end career goal was.
I was surprised at the instantaneous sort of response that was very direct and actionable.
She was extremely nice. She called me sweetheart, which made me feel very comfortable because I was very nervous because it was my first time.
She was very empathetic and caring. She wasn't too chatty in the sense she tried to keep me on the phone too long, but she was very welcoming, very warm, and I actually said to her, I said, "Are you just telling me what I want to hear?" And she said something along the lines of, "Today I actually told a lot of people things that they didn't want to hear," but she was 100% honest with me.
Go for it. It's a fun experience, especially if you're skeptical, because I think you'll be surprised by it.
Definitely do it. Regardless if someone's open to it or not, I would say at least try it.
I would tell someone who's considering to have a psychic reading to do it. You really have nothing to lose. It's fun, it's entertaining, and in the end we all make our own decisions, but it's always nice to have a little guidance along the way.